wanted to ask you about your book, this 50th book that is out.
Yeah.
Congratulations, incredible. Like you said, you're already working on 51. You're a very busy man. Talk to us about this book, The Price of Principle.
Well, fire, neutral principles have cost me and my family tremendously. Um, uh, People on Martha's Vineyard, particularly in Chilmark, which is the hotbed of radicalism, essentially won't talk to me. A friend of mine, for example, who every year had a concert, and I went every year. This year he didn't invite me. He said, "I would have loved to invite you, but if you were to come, a lot of the people would have left and the concert would have been empty." That's the reaction I get for sticking to principle. The idea that I would defend the Constitution on behalf of a president who I didn't vote for has created a situation where people have attacked me and my family, and it reflects what's going on in the United States. Today, we're so divided. And so I decided to write a whole book on principle and why I have all my life stuck to principles. Sometimes the right hates me when I stick to principles. Sometimes the left hates me when I stick to principles. And sometimes even the center hurts me. For example, now people have been saying we have to impeach President Biden. No, I'm against that as much as I was against the impeachment of Trump and the impeachment of Clinton. I think to be impeached, you have to commit criminal type behavior. And that hasn't been alleged in these cases. So it's my sticking to principle and refusing to become a partisan, refusing to simply follow the crowd that has cost me and my family and my wife. I'll give you another example. When the Abraham Accords were signed, they were wonderful. They helped bring about peace in the Middle East. My wife and I were invited to the White House. We sat in back of Secretary of State Pompeo, and I patted him on the back, congratulating him for the Abraham Accords, which was so wonderful. It was on television. And now the people on the left are saying, "Oh my God, you patted Pompeo on the back. You're disgusting. You're beneath contempt." Larry David screamed at me, "How could I ever pat on the back somebody as terrible as Mike Pompeo, who was my former student?" And obviously, I'm going to congratulate him for bringing about one of the great peace efforts in the Middle East history. But that's the world we live in today, and that's the book I've written.
Yeah, and I love the second part of this, that the cost of integrity is worth it. I think that's a message we need to share with more Americans. Sticking to integrity is so important.